Good morning slash afternoon, depending on what time zone you're in, everybody. We are back with some more Marvel Multiverse. We're coming to the end. We're actually pulling up on the climax of the big story we've got here going on. So excited, nervous, sad, but it's gonna be fun. Gonna go out with a bang. We have a special guest today. Angie, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi everyone. My name is Angie. Aegon Thetic on the internet, they then pronouns. And do I say who I'll be playing?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll be playing the Ghost Rider, the All Rider himself, Robbie Reyes.
Hell yeah. All right. So before we get into it, please, if you have not already, check out the link in the top right, tinyurl.com/arcadeforgaza, to see if you can contribute to helping Razan and her family safely evacuate from Gaza and be doing whatever you can for that cause. But without further ado, we are going to go ahead and jump in. Go ahead and fade out the little Bitcore music here. So we open on sparks flying and computers destroyed and the wreckage that has been left behind in the raft after your last outing. We see this broken prison cell with this black ooze moving out of it, and as it hits the ground, it begins to form, almost as if it is a cocoon trying to form around an insect that is not there. And we start to see the bits and pieces at the bottom almost disintegrate as a portal to some kind of abyssal dimension opens under it and just pulls this symbiote down through it. And we then see the portal open on the other side into this dark fortress with all of this just brutalist Gothic architecture. And sitting on a throne now before this symbiote is a very terrifying looking creature with long white hair and red eyes, with a red symbiote emblem on his chest in full black armor. And with a sickening grin, he says, "Time for a new host." And then we cut away to the Library of Alexandria, where our group has just escaped from the raft. And what is your next move, gang?
Mind taking a little nappy nap?
Right.
Yeah,
You
AWOL's a little
I
beat up.
Right, you almost
Yeah, I
died.
wouldn't say no.
I'm at 3 hit points and 0 focus.
Yeah, I think a nap is in order.
I'll put a kettle on. Here's I was gonna try to be a gracious host. And offer some comfort. She only sustains on Nutri-Grain bars and Earl Grey tea.
Um, so there isn't really a short rest, long rest thing in this game. It's just kind of like on a good night's sleep, you get everything back.
Okay.
Okay.
But there is a bit of a time crunch, seeing as things are kind of already in motion. So I'm gonna say you have time to basically recoup enough to where you will regain half of your health and half of your focus.
Okay,
Okay.
sick.
That's still something.
Yep.
Yeah, no, it's been a long day. I think in the last day we blew up Castle Doom. I got flung to space and then back on the raft. It's been a long 12 hours.
Yeah.
Exploit, are you okay? I mean, you've been through a lot.
I think there's a face of when you're busy all day and essentially never been able to check in with your body.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's that of her just kind of realizing oh, a wave of exhaustion hits, the adrenaline's finally worn off. Um, I'm really tired, but like I can't really rest yet. Everything still feels um hmm, everything just feels like restless, and I think she just like starts kind of trying to describe it. It just feels like there's a bunch of needles. Maybe this is me being anxious. This might just be anxiety now that I'm saying it out loud. But I'm okay. And she just, I think, also kind of crashes next to AWOL. How was you were in Asgard, right?
Oh, yes, it's lovely.
Yeah,
Heimdall.
saw Heimdall.
Yeah.
What's going on there?
There's a lot. It appears that there are many pieces on the table here of people vouching for power, making grabs. Lots of unrest in various realms. Things that are sadly outside of our jurisdiction, as it were. But we do what we can with what we have, and we hope for the best. Yes.
It's about all we can do. Hey, well, exploit. I think you two need a rest more than any of us here.
Yeah.
Take a power nap.
Okay. I think she tries to argue and then kind of realizes it and just kind of starts slowly falling asleep, kind of like a child who's like, "No, I'm good. I'm so good."
Yeah, how's your standing to the side, just kind of watching this, of like, yeah, try to fight it.
Yes.
I'm just a little guy.
You are just a little guy. You've given so much.
But
Doing
I
good
think
work.
Exploit just kind of tries to take a nap about it.
Charizard, I'm feeling fine. I can stay up with you, unless you want to rest.
I don't require it.
Mm.
But thank you. You were kind of like fist bump shoulder. You were fantastic out there. You're quite an impressive woman.
Hey, you know how to get the job done, too. I'm pretty impressed by you.
Yeah. Yes, we work very well together, like peanut butter and bananas. It's quite lovely. I enjoy working with you.
I was going to say fire and ice, but I think
Oh, I
peanut butter
love
and
that.
banana. Interesting combo.
Your combination is quite lovely. Are you the fire or am I the ice?
Yes.
Yes. Perhaps we're both. We can change. We can switch.
We can change. Sometimes we're fire and ice. Sometimes we're peanut butter and banana. Sometimes we're something else entirely.
Exactly. Either way, it was lovely. It was lovely getting to work with you. You were very much a stone for me. With Exploit being gone, I was deeply worried. But I'm thankful for your companionship and thankful for your friendship and all that we've been through in the last, I don't know, 2 weeks.
I put a hand on Charizard. I'm like, hey, I'm thankful for you, and I'm thankful to finally have a team that has my back. I'm gonna take a little little rest and stretch. You let me know if you need anything.
Of course, teammate. Like, I'm on a team, quite lovely. And we'll just kind of sit and read that Herman Melville book that she got, and just kind of watch her friends get the rest that they need.
Hellhound, you step away, and Angela says, "Need any help with stretching?"
Hey, Charizard, you got any like private rooms in this library, like a reading nook, like a quiet
yes,
room?
There's several. There's a bedroom on the 3rd floor. It is from King Edward's, and just like goes into
Okay,
this
great.
whole
That's all I
diagram.
need to know. Thank you.
Hey, all right.
I love that there's all the people online with Baldur's Gate 3 of like, it's so unrealistic how horny everyone is. It's like, if you found out you had 3 days to live and you were surrounded by sexy people all the time, what would you do?
If you were a hot demon with a hot
You don't even
angel
need
girlfriend.
the 3 days to live caveat. I don't know. I'm just
It's like the Olympic Village here.
Did you see these Olympics? They're giving them all like twin beds on like
they're
milk
trying
crates.
to stop. They try to stop the fucking every year, but they cannot.
I don't understand why.
It's like
let 'em
trying to
cook.
stop gravity. I'm so sorry. Horniness surpasses all.
So, we after that beautiful interlude, we cut away to the caption on the frame says "Hell," and we just we are overlooking exactly what you would picture with Hell, just like black obsidian stalactites coming off of this skyless landscape with lava pools and like crudely carved fortresses out of the rock and hills. And we see a portal open, and through it we hear the roar of a black Dodge Charger coming through it. As riding across the landscape, we see Robbie Reyes, the Ghost Rider. As you are currently looking for... hold on. What do we... I told you what your thing was here, and then I forgot what it was. I'm so good at this game, guys.
Isn't it the page of the Darkhold?
Yeah.
You ran
no.
3 combats last time, Sean. You don't even know any.
So the page of the dark. So looking for the pages of the Darkhold is kind of the overarching thing. But you are actually here on a bit more of a specific mission, which is that Doctor Strange has been missing for several weeks, and you have been trying to track him down. So as you are roaring across the landscape, you see that there are several like demons that are kind of like crawling across the hills and the mountains. And as you are driving through, they actually like begin to like scurry and hide as if they are like terrified of the power of the All Rider. And you begin to hear Eli's voice in your head that says, "So what's so important about this Doctor Strange guy anyway?"
Sorcerer Supreme has sort of a visual into the entire multiverse. Yeah, I would say he's pretty important.
So, like, I feel like that's probably a lot of, power that he has that, I mean, maybe, we could, have that.
No, I'm cutting
just
you off
saying.
there.
I'm just saying.
No, Doctor Strange is a good guy. Remember, we made a deal. The worst of the worst. He doesn't fall under that umbrella.
That's fair. But, like, so you're going to bring me to hell where nobody has souls that we can eat.
Yeah.
So what am I getting out of this right now?
Well, you are getting a amazing trip back home.
That's fair. I guess this is probably where I belong.
I will make it up to you.
Okay. Well, I guess we have a long journey ahead of us. At least I don't have to be around that fucking walking American flag who has a stick up his ass all the time anymore.
Yeah, you'll just have to be in hell. I guess that's so much better.
I could use with a change of scenery. We see you, as you come out of this valley, you see something that wasn't here the last time you came to hell. It seems as you look up into this like orangish sky that seems to have like this eternal thunderstorm like wrapping through it, you see floating, suspended hundreds of feet above this cavern is what looks like a floating castle. And dangling from it are all of these like chains and like it is surrounded by kind of Gothic architecture, but as you look closer, you see that there are 2 statues on the front of it that seem to resemble Doctor Doom. This almost looks like Castle Doom, which was, as you heard a couple days ago, recently destroyed on Earth, but it seems like it is somehow now here in hell.
How big are these chains?
They're like basically the chains that you use to like anchor like a battleship. They're huge.
Yeah, I think Robbie is going to wheel the Charger straight towards one of the chains to drive up into this castle.
Oh, that's sick as hell. So yeah, I'm gonna say it's gonna be an agility check because you have the piloting trait. You actually have an edge on this. So first roll of the game. It's pretty easy. Basically, all you have to do is if you pull up your character sheet,
I've got it.
Yeah, you can click just the agility button, and it'll automatically roll for you.
Woo.
All right. So now what you can do is if you scroll over
Okay.
that 2, you'll see a thing that
Mhm.
pops up that says edge. You can click on that to re-roll that 2.
Ooh. So reroll the 2.
Yeah, that is correct.
Okay, okay. Wait, how do I reroll it? Ah. Roll 20, please.
If
Do I
you
just
hover over the 2, click on edge.
Ooh, okay.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, with a 14, you
Let's
kind
go.
of you pull like a Dom Toretto, and you
Yeah.
like whip this thing around and you hit this ramp of obsidian rock, and the car is flying through the air. And as it does, the wheels begin to ignite in hellfire and propel you forward. And you hit the chain, and you hear like a as you're like riding up this chain towards the castle.
Yeah. And in anticipation for like whatever it is that might be up there, I think Robbie will take on their visage of the Ghost Rider. So before it was just like their usual standard, this young Latino man with the streak of white, but then in a flaming sort of a swirl, the visage of the Ghost Rider takes place.
Hell yeah. And so, yeah, it burns into this. It doesn't look just like a skeleton like the traditional Ghost Rider. It looks more almost like it is made of like a whitish metal and like bent like the shapes of a muscle car. And we see like flames coming off of the back of this skull. And Eli says, "There's something living up there. Something that we can devour." And you can hear him speaking in your head with almost just like this sickening anticipation. And we see the frame cut to looking out the window, watching this car come up. We see the lips curl into a grin on Malekith's face, the king of the Dark Elves, who seems to be holding with him a few pages of the Darkhold, but prepared for the incoming fight. We cut back to the Library of Alexandria after a couple hours of resting. What do you guys do next?
I think getting ready for the trip to hell. Shahrazad's never been, so she's packed like sunglasses and like sunscreen. Just kind of waiting, like, waiting for people to finish being ready. So she's got on her little Eternals get up with like sunglasses on and just like a little dot across.
I was
the
just about to
nose.
say the sunscreen and like a wide brimmed hat.
Are we ready?
Yeah, I think by this point, Exploit is like up and kind of like just stretching. Hellhound.
Yeah.
Any advice for going to hell?
Oh, don't trust anyone. I mean, I feel like that's advice anywhere you go, but especially in, literal hell. Nobody has your best interest in mind. Nobody's looking out for you. The only ones we can trust are each other.
Okay, sounds wonderful. Sounds like a great place to be.
It's a real sunshiny place. Good place to take the kids on vacation.
Well, I'm glad that despite coming from hell, you're doing pretty all right, all things considered.
Thanks. Took a little bit, but figuring it out.
Michael, are you okay?
I think like Michael this whole time has just been kind of not super present with everyone. And he's like trying to get pieces of his suit to like stick again. Because I don't think it's fully functioning at its
Oh.
like correct power. And he goes like he just kind of like looks up at you and gives you a like kind of half-hearted smile and says, this is a little earlier than I thought I'd be going to hell. So guess we'll try it now.
Michael, we will be fine because we are a team, as I've recently learned.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
You are my friend and I am yours, and we will be fine. I'm glad
Yeah.
that you're well and you're back with us. I was worried when you left. I don't know what you went to do or why you went to do it, but I trust you. And if it's important, you will tell me.
Yeah, I would tell you.
I'm
And he's
glad
just
you're
like
back.
kind of like half still not present with the whole group. as he's still thinking about how he messed up.
I turn to
think so.
Scheherazade. I'm like, he's mortal and he's not scared of hell. I feel like I rarely see that.
Michael is an extraordinary mortal. Um, perhaps he's been. I mean, you've been to hell and you're quite lovely. Perhaps
Though I'm
Michael...
from there, so
Well, I mean, we live in a fantastic world. It doesn't feel that out of sorts for someone to have visited hell. I mean, me and you went to Asgard on a trip.
fair,
By the way,
fair.
hello, Hemdall.
Something doesn't feel right. I'll keep my
Look,
eye on him.
Michael will tell us. I trust Michael.
Okay.
Michael will tell us if it is important and if it is not. We all have varied pasts and have different things in our own books. It's not for us to tell. It's not for us to read other people's stories. It's for them to tell them to us.
All right. I trust you. If you trust it, I trust it.
Right then. So how does this work? I love your teleportation. I don't quite understand the mechanics of it, but I am very interested in how you just ride over to hell.
Yeah, I just kind of focus, pentagram, circle, walk through circle.
Lovely.
Pretty-
Do you also require sunscreen? I don't know.
No, I kind of got, it's kind of built in.
Right. Okay, well, ready to go whenever you are.
And I, summon portal to hell.
All right. So you open a glowing portal. Yours looks much different than Scheherazade's. It is kind of like singed and burning around the outside. As soon as this portal opens, all of you are hit with the pungent smell of sulfur and brimstone. And
I love it.
yeah. And where all of you are just kind of, most of you are kind of repulsed by it. Hellhound gets hit by it, and it immediately smells like home to her. So all of you step out through the portal and into the domain of hell and begin to look around and see this barren wasteland that seems to stretch for miles from the top of this cliff. But Hellhound, you see that this place looks much different than the last time that you were here.
Okay.
And the first thing that you see is this place that is usually your kind of checkpoint in hell that you pop into, because this is where Mephisto, this is the section of hell that Mephisto kind of makes his domain in. It's been completely renovated. Mephisto doesn't seem to be here anymore. And outstretching before you is a bridge that once led to Mephisto's fortress, but now leads to what looks exactly like Castle Doom.
Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Doom's in hell, I think. And I point at the castle. This is not my dad's style. This is Doom.
Over under who's worse for hell?
Worse for hell?
Yeah.
I mean, probably Doom. He doesn't know anything works down here. You know, we got our own system of things. At least Mephisto knows what's going on.
Oh, he's a colonizer. Oh, this is fantastic. No
Yes.
guilt.
Yes. Take him out.
You then begin to hear like kind of what sounds like a roar, but not the roar of a demon, the roar of an engine. And it begins to get louder and louder until you hear the screeching of tires as a Dodge Charger whips up behind you.
Would I be familiar with this Dodge Charger?
You definitely know the Ghost Rider.
Okay.
You actually have you actually have very intimate relationships with some of the past Ghost Riders, such as Johnny Blage and Danny Ketch. However, this one is different. Because most Ghost Riders actually become Ghost Rider by making a deal with your dad.
Yeah.
This one didn't. This one became a Ghost Rider in some other strange fashion. So you know of Robbie Reyes, you know of this Ghost Rider, but you don't know much about
only your deal.
Yeah, you don't really know his deal for sure.
Uber. Lovely.
Robbie, yeah, you see this team standing in front of the castle, none of which you've met before. But they don't seem to be working for Doom, and they don't seem to be, or at least most of them don't seem to be native to Hell. One of them does. So,
Yeah.
What's your play?
I think as a Dodge Charger comes up, it just skids to a halt. And then Robbie steps out. This flaming head staring down the group. Well, you all are not supposed to be here. So, hi?
Hello. I don't have reception down here, so I don't know any way of confirming on whether or not you're my Uber driver. Well, we didn't call for one, but
Got it. So you have jokes. So good to know that you didn't immediately attack me. So that tells me that you're not here to cause problems. No, I'm not your Uber. I don't think there's a reception anywhere for there to be Uber here in Hell.
Well, we have our own cell plan, you know.
Oh, okay. I still don't really understand how it would be safe for anyone who is an Uber driver to be down here in Hell.
Are you a hero? I'm unfamiliar with your work.
Oh, Robbie Reyes. And then the mask will sort of like fade out and you'll see this young looking man, two different colored eyes, like one gray, one sort of like light brown, and hair kind of slicked back with a streak of white.
You're quite handsome.
Thanks. I didn't think I was going to get compliments in Hell, but again, we're in Hell. What are you doing here?
You're Robbie.
Yes. Hi. You're a local?
Yeah, kinda. I knew some of your past selves, the other Ghost Riders, I'm presuming.
Yeah, no, they're not past selves. We're not the same person.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no. Who, like Johnny?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sarah doesn't know a ton about Ghost Riders. Sarah's fumbling through this. Hellhound would know. Sarah's like, yeah, that man.
For sure, definitely, yeah.
For sure, definitely. Yes.
Yeah.
That is Sarah talking, not Hellhound talking.
Well, we're here chasing after the pages of the Darkhold. Are you here for the same purpose, young Robbie?
The Darkhold? Like,
yes,
the evil book, The Darkhold?
Yeah, like the Darkhold.
Well, this just got way more complicated. Well, no. Is there any way for me to get like a general insight in these people?
Yeah.
It's like, do I tell them that I'm looking for the Sorcerer Supreme?
Right. So you can go ahead and roll ego to kind of get a vibe check on them.
Ego. Let's see. What?
That's a 20.
I love this noise.
So a couple things happen. Part of your power is that you also kind of have a supernatural sense. And so I'm going to say you can both get a vibe check and also kind of get the readout on what everybody's deal here is. And also Eli is here too. So it doesn't right. So the first thing you do for vibe check, it seems like these people are good for the most part. Like they're here with good intentions. You also definitely, as your supernatural sense gets a read on them, you see that one of them is obviously a demon, one of them is a mutant, and one of them is an Eternal. And the Eternal has several magic abilities that they can tap into as well. But one of them is just a guy. But even though he's just a guy, Eli is fixated on him and says, "That one."
This is AWOL?
Yes. And you hear Eli saying, "The worst of the worst."
Oh gosh.
Worse
This
than
is
a
in my-
literal demon from hell.
Is this in my head that is
Yeah.
being said?
Yes.
Okay. Can I respond to Eli just like without having
Just
to
telepathically, yeah. You can have a
Yeah.
conversation that nobody else is privy to.
I think Robbie will get that sense and kind of eye this individual up and down and like back straightens and just says, keep it together. We're just meeting these people. So we're not going to do anything without knowing what we're doing.
I am one of the worst serial killers of all time. I know a monster when I see one. He is a monster.
Holy shit.
Yeah, well,
Gosh.
Jordan, I don't think
I-
you're just a little guy.
He is the me. What war crimes?
Come on, guys.
Robbie just kind of like I understand, but he has done nothing to show any aggression towards me right now. So I'm not going to attack him without having cause to. So sit down, stop backseat driving, and let me handle this.
Give it time. People live to disappoint you. And you kind of like come back into the people in front of you, who for them only half a second has passed.
Yeah.
But you have the general vibe check for everybody. What do you do?
Well, I am actually here on a mission for the Avengers. It seems like the Sorcerer Supreme has gone missing.
Has been gone for quite some time.
Yeah. So you're aware.
Oh yes.
Oh.
My assumption has been that the two are interlinked. The missing pages of the Darkhold and the people who are involved, Malachi and Doom and various other agents of evil who are all attached to this, then it would make sense that the person they would take off the board would be Stephen. But I am glad that they are in, I'm assuming, your capable hands. You are on the case, as it were, yes?
Yeah, I mean, I am here. But good to know. If I don't have to go in there alone.
Are
And
we
you're all
teaming
here.
up? Is this are we teaming up? This is wonderful. You
Yeah,
two
is
are a
this-
team.
Is this the one that Robbie kind of felt as an eternal?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Sure, let's team up.
Oh, this is exciting. And no,
I think I looked to Robbie. You said the Avengers. Are you part of the Avengers?
Yes.
Yeah.
What are your
Oh.
feelings on Iron Man?
I was gonna say, can you like pass a word out to Iron Man that we are doing the good work? We kind of got into a bit of a scuffle.
I mean, I'm not really that high in ranking, whatever that means,
Oh.
right?
Yeah.
So I mean, if we've worked together, sure, I'll pass on a good word for you all. Why?
Perfect.
Oh, I feel like I'm being used here.
No. We want to get the Darkhold. It's just Shield had different plans on how to get the Darkhold.
That's just a side thing, not the main
Yeah.
reason. We want to work with you.
Is Robbie aware of maybe something that might have happened with Iron Man?
It's only been a few
Well,
hours. It's only been a few hours.
you're very aware that Iron Man tends to make a plan in his head and only want to do his plan.
Yeah, he's a dick.
Yeah. So, regardless of the fact that you're on a team with Iron Man, you know how Tony is. So it's not a big stretch to say that they probably try to do something else and Iron Man didn't like that.
You know what? Makes sense. Yeah, sure. I'll put in a good word for y'all. You all seem nice enough. So should we go in?
Fine by me.
Yes.
Excellent. And then you'll see the face come back on that cowl. And when it comes back on, there's like these little dots, fiery dots that kind of look between all of you, but they do linger on this AWOL individual, this random man.
Oh my goodness.
Gonna lean over and whisper to Hellhound. I think Robbie likes Michael.
Think?
It's in looking at
Crazy.
him very
That
intensely.
the vibe you're picking up?
Also,
think that-
I forgot to mention, but you would have also seen that there is another person here who appears to
Oh.
be Asgardian in nature.
Oh,
But
whoa.
there's that too.
Oh yeah,
And Angela's here too.
There's
my
yeah.
girlfriend,
Ah, okay, got it.
Yeah.
Angela.
The angel and the demon are together. We love to see
Start
it.
your fanfics now.
Yep.
Standard. Also,
Straight outta
would like to say that by mere association to me, the player, Robbie Reyes is queer. I don't make the rules. That's just how it happens. And
That's fair enough.
when a little gay person becomes
And that's canon.
Yeah.
That's canon.
Mm-hmm.
So Robbie, you've been around hell recently. I haven't been back in a bit, but I know Doom's Castle wasn't here last time I checked.
And no, it was not. I haven't seen it since, so
Okay.
we're in the same boat as this being fairly new.
Barely know.
Well, we blew up the last time Doom had a castle, so we could blow up this one too, probably.
What?
Oh, it's like Mario. We just
If you
go
if
in-
you if you kill something in hell, does it go to like super hell? The next level of hell? Again, Hellhound might know. Sarah has no idea. The implications of killing something in hell.
You know, they
Um,
say hell is the absence of God, so perhaps he goes to nothing.
Hmm.
I like Milton's read on hell as being the person that you make yourself into brick and by brick until you have to live inside of that person forever.
Okay,
Ooh.
damn AWOL.
Wow.
So are we able just to walk through the front door? Like the visual I have of this is just us walking into the
Yeah,
loo.
do we see any like
I do actually. So I have a map up.
Oh, sorry. I was looking at
You're
Twitch
good.
chat. I was not looking at the map. Sorry.
Yeah. So you do see that there is like this bridge before you above this like huge chasm with all of these floating rocks and chains around you. And as you step through the gate, you see that pouring out of this fortress are several Doombots coming to approach you, and one lands on the center. Like the center of the bridge, and says, "Stand down or you will be annihilated."
We kicked your ass once. We'll do it again.
All right, sounds like we're rolling for initiative,
I
everybody.
mean, we should.
Yes.
I mean, I don't mean to speak for everyone. I don't think we're gonna talk our way out of a Doombot thing at this point.
Hands up, like
No.
hands up. No, it makes sense.
Great, just making sure. Initiative.
Correct.
Remember, if you
Mhm.
click on your token and then hit the initiative, it'll track it for Sean automatically.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh, I didn't know. Oh shit, sorry.
I've been handling it. It's been fine. I'm not worried about it.
Damn, I'm at the bottom.
But not in my heart.
Wow, that's crazy. Amazing.
Let's get a little battle music going.
Yeah, Robbie was not anticipating Doombots. What?
Yeah, this is very weird. You were like, I usually fight demons when I come down here. This is robots.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Turn order. Here we go. So,
Oh, hell yeah, Scheherazade.
Robbie, you got a 10,
Yeah, I did.
and Hellhound got a 13,
I did.
and AWOL, you got a 13 as well.
I did.
Scheherazade,
Yes.
you got a 21,
That's correct.
and Exploit, what did you get?
I got a 20.
All right,
I wasn't able to click on my character.
all good. I can add you in, no problem. Does this weird thing where it adds some people in twice. All right, there we go. Who am I missing? Oh, Angela. And she got a 15. And the Doombots. Got an 18. Damn.
And it's a fantastic success.
Oh, shit. So, did anybody else get a fantastic success? No, damn.
No.
All right, so the Doombots are all going to get a surprise round. So I guess they said stand down or be annihilated, and the talking, I guess, set them up for an ambush where they all swoop in and try and fire their elemental blasts on you. As they get closer, you start to see that they actually, in addition to like all of their robotic circuitry, carved into their armor plating is like infernal runes that begin to glow with this red-orange light. And they actually seem to be, in place of their normal like electromagnetic attacks, seem to be using hellfire. So the first one, let me see, get that character sheet back up. The first one misses with its attack on Angela. The next one is going to go for Hellhound. What's your agility defense? Actually, I guess it should be ego that they're rolling because they're using...
Oh, sorry, I was muted. It's a 13, but is this can I blink? 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna use my reaction and blink and move out of the it's just aimed at me?
Yes, this particular
Okay.
one is just aimed at you.
3, 4, then I will move up. And blink out of the way.
Yeah, so the Hellfire like hits the exact spot that you were, but you were able to just kind of quickly bamf out of the way of it. The one that is on the center platform, as well as one of the other ones on the left-hand side, is actually, they're both going to fire at Ghost Rider. What is your agility defense?
My agility score defense, it's 12, it says.
All right, so it looks like they actually
Meets-
did hit you, so meets beats it.
Yeah.
Can I counter that with blink defense?
Absolutely.
Where okay.
So you like open a portal right in front of Ghost Rider, and the beam actually like goes through the portal and then just like shoots off somewhere else.
Nice.
And then the last three are going for AWOL, Scheherazade, and Exploit, respectively.
Okay.
So we got a 12 on AWOL.
My agility defense is 15.
All right, and then I got a 10 on Scheherazade, which I believe misses, and we got a 14 on Exploit.
For my agility defense, correct?
Correct.
That it hits.
All right, so that is going to be 12 damage, and because it is Hellfire, 6 of that damage is to your health, and 6 of that damage is to your focus.
Okay.
And then you also see that Malekith walks out of the doors of the fortress. And let me see here. I think he has a big thing he can do. That's right. Yeah, so you see that Malekith like walks out and he raises a hand and begins to chant something in Dark Elvish, and you see that around you this thick fog that like just completely obscures all of your view begins to appear. So you have no line of sight beyond 10 spaces, and also you cannot fly, glide, or web sling within this range.
In.
This is around all of us?
I'm gonna make the template.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Draw. Let me get a little circle going. Oops.
Ruh-roh.
I know how to do this. Here we go. So it's going to be more like, let's measure it first. That actually makes sense.
Oh my god.
Whoa, that's big.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, because he doesn't want to get the Doombots in it. So
Boo.
we're going to drop it right here.
Uh-oh. Is it on your GM layer?
I haven't placed it yet. I'm just measuring it, and then I'm going to place it over the measurement.
Got it.
Oops. If I can just get the measurement right. There we go.
Ooh.
All right,
That's
and now I can
big.
draw it.
Damn.
Well, if I got us all killed, sorry, y'all.
No, we'll be fine. I got a plan.
Great.
It's like that Three Musketeers movie where it's like, do you intend to resist? Of course we intend to resist. Just give us a minute, okay?
Yeah, give me a sec. Goddamn.
All right. So that is then going to make it the initial action of, or the first round of initiative for the Doombots, because they got a surprise round. So they are going to fly around and land so that they can actually begin to charge towards you. And
These Doombots, like, they're not sentient, right? They're just like
they
robots.
So I mean, they have very advanced artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
So you know they're sentient in the same way that droids in Star Wars are sentient.
Cool.
But they are going to run up, and the first one is going to try and do an elemental grab on Hellhound. So that is going to be, where is my handy dandy? It's a 19 with a fantastic success.
Jeez.
Shit.
Which means that you are also pinned.
Ooh.
What are they doing against me?
It is an elemental grab, so you actually it like extends its hand, and you begin to see like these hellfire chains appear around you and just like wrap around you, and you're completely restrained.
They're using my own shit against me.
Yep.
How dare they?
Little pieces of shit.
Yeah, I don't think I have anything to get out of range of that.
So yeah, you'll need to use your next move action to try and break free of that.
Okay.
The next one is going to do the same thing on Ghost Rider. Only gets an 11 though. So as it's coming at you, as these chains are coming at you, you're able to like kind of grab it, and you basically just like incinerate this chain and destroy it. And the next couple ones are going to fire their hellfire blasts on everybody else. Let me see. We've got two, and we've only got two in range. So we're gonna. Oh, we've got this guy back here too. So he's gonna attack Angela. And looks like he misses. But on a wall, we've got a 17 to hit. and that is going to be 7 health damage and 7 focus damage.
Cool. Cool.
Do you want to do your absorption thing?
No,
All right.
because it's gonna cost me. Oh wait. Yeah, I will. So I end up taking no health damage, and I lose 3 focus.
All right. Yeah, so as you get hit by this hellfire, your suit is trying to absorb it, but something about the fact that it is draining your suit as well as like trying to pull in this energy almost like short circuits it a bit. So it does absorb the impact of the actual physical damage, but you also begin to see that it damages your suit's capacity to be able to generate this energy in a little bit. And the next one is going to attack Scheherazade.
Hello.
And that is going to be a 14 to hit.
That hits.
For 14 damage.
Okay. And do I split that in half? Focus and.
Yes. So.
Okay.
7 and 7.
7 and 7. Gotcha. Thank you.
Malekith is going to use his move action to open a portal in front of him and step through it. And on the other side, he appears directly in front of Scheherazade and attempts to do a vicious attack.
Ooh.
What is your melee defense?
My melee defense is 11, but I have evasion, so I use my agility, which is 13.
All right. So he opens a portal, and you begin to see a portal open and like a sword thrusting through it, and you are able to like move out of the way and basically like create a portal shield that the sword goes through in front of your face, and so it does not actually collide with you. And that is going to make it shit. My bad. Scheherazade and Exploit, you should have gone before the bad guys. That's my bad. But Scheherazade and Exploit, you guys can go ahead and go now.
Okay.
So this fog, it impedes our ability to see, right?
You can see, so you can see, you can't see past 10 spaces. So basically you can only see within the circle, and you can't fly or web sling or basically do anything that requires your feet to leave the ground. So you can still teleport in and out.
Okay, so we can't see outside of the circle.
Correct.
Okay. Then I am going to wave goodbye to Malekith. I'm going to teleport over to Hellhound and grab on top of them because they're pinned, right?
Yes.
And I'm going to use teleport other to get them out of the chains.
Oh yes.
Interesting.
Oh shit! I had a whole look at you. Teamwork makes the dream work.
Fire and ice, like he said.
I love that.
And I'm also
So
going to use that
good.
to do inspiration, so you have edge on your next action.
Oh, let's go.
I feel like you like make you do the portal above and below them, and you kind of like rotate them, and they just like go through the portal so many times and are generating so much kinetic energy as they're spinning that they basically just like unravel like a box, like a ball of yarn, and all these chains just fly off. But they are free from the chains.
Yeah, and that's my turn.
All right, Exploit, what are you doing?
I'm torn between 2 moves,
All right.
but yeah, I'm going to try to use shutdown powers.
We love it.
Look, I have one thing.
The purpose of a system is what it does.
Yes, exactly. So I'm going to make an ego attack against the man.
Against the man.
Yeah,
All right.
Malekith.
Malekith's ego defense is
Oh, that was terrible.
16.
Okay, well,
You want to spend a karma?
Oh, I absolutely am going to. That's a 17.
Hell yes.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so I'll describe what this looks like just because I've done it every time. Malekith in particular has his skin tone is like distinctly like one half is different than the other.
Right, yeah, he has like one half that is like very like dark black, and then one half is kind of a brighter blue.
Yeah, I think my upper right eye glows like a deep white, almost like very, very magical. And I think you start seeing the bioluminescence begin to like turn pitch black on some spots of my skin
Hell yeah.
as I like sort of smirk at him. And I just go like, hey, you haven't met me yet. This has happened to every other magic user who's been in front of me. So I'm so sorry. And I just, because I'm shutting down powers, does this like mist thing fall?
It would, yeah, it would break his concentration. So yeah,
Hell yeah.
damn.
Yeah, and I just kind of give a bit of a smirk as I do this. I've already done this to gods. At this point, you are sorry.
Exploit's such a bitch, and I love her so much.
Hey, well done, darling. You're doing it.
So something interesting happens though when you
no.
when you pull in all of his magic, and you begin to be like tapped into the ether, which is kind of just like the weave that ties together all magic in the multiverse. You begin to feel like a pull, and you have fully siphoned off his magic, but you then feel that the magic that you now hold within you, parts of it are slowly being siphoned off somewhere else. And you're not really sure how or why. Part of it being partly because you don't really have a grasp on how magic works in the first place.
Yeah, I think like I can feel it because I focus more on shutting down than like actually stealing it, but it's still like sort of around me in a way that I can't quite manipulate. And I think like she kind of yells out, the magic feels weird. I don't know if any of the magic users can tell, but this one's getting siphoned off and like is a little uncertain what to do because like she is not a magic user by any means. She is simply just a person who can steal shit. And I think I'm also just gonna move like right to the opposite side of Malekith from where AWOL is.
Okay.
I just can't control my token still.
I gotcha.
But other than that, that's my turn.
Cool. Yeah, I don't. Hold on, let me. There you go. You should be able to do it now. There we go.
There we go. Yep. So.
All right. So Angela is going to run up, and she like leaps through the air and lands right in front of Hellhound to fight off the Doombots that are standing in front of her. And I think we're going to use Focus Fury.
Go, lesbians. Let's go, lesbians.
Let's go.
Happy Pride, everyone.
Happy Pride.
Yeah, she's going to spend 20 focus to do a Focused Fury attack. Which is going to deal 56 damage and completely annihilate this Doombot. She like leaps in front and just like brings it straight across, and we see like this Doombot just completely bisected, and it's like an anime shot, like it like slowly splits and then both sides of it explode. And then she lands and she looks back at you. She looks back at Hellhound and says, "A little more caution, please."
Oh.
It's flirting. Both flirting.
AWOL, what are you doing?
So I have a question.
Oh no.
How can I?
Serious question.
How can I ruin your day?
A bomb.
So Malekith has no powers anymore, right?
None that I think that the deal is that he can't use anything that requires focus. Is that the deal?
Okay.
Let me read it. So they remove all of the target's powers. I assume in the like power sense of the game, like the
Hell
turn
yeah.
powers.
That's really
They can
useful
take-
for what I'm about to do.
So they can
Okay.
take actions, not powers.
So,
Yeah, so you can still like punch me, but you can't
Right.
do any of your powers.
Yeah, he's
Cool.
still got he still has a sword. So
yeah. I don't
Damn.
care about it. I don't care about any of that. I
I pull out a gun.
Yeah.
I mean,
Blat. No, I am going to. I think I see Malekith try to stab Scheherazade, and it's just like the only people who have ever been good to him are like getting attacked, and it's just like not okay. So he's going to swoop over to this side and then use elemental push to try to push this guy off the bridge. Yeah.
Let's go. Let's go.
Because he has no powers, so I'm assuming
can't
if
fly.
he had flight, he can't fly.
Damn. Into the lava. Bye, Malekith.
Later, go.
In
And I just go,
Incredible.
Does he have the pages though?
So what's his defense? Oh, he does
Oh
have the
my
pages. Oh no, we could deal with that as we'll cross that bridge when we burn it.
Oh my
so
god, pages are lava proof. Isn't that
I
so
make-
cool?
I make an ego attack against the target's agility defense.
all right, so you got to beat you got to get a 13 or better.
Cool.
Cross that bridge when we burn it. That is
And I got a
so
22, and it's an
ugly,
ultimate,
Sean.
and it's a fantastic success.
Let's
Oh
fucking
my
go.
fucking god.
Yeah, so you just like you move over and you force and you hit him and he just goes spiraling, ragdolling through the air. And he like hits a rock, and so he's now free falling in the chasm. Does have the pages. So somebody is going to have to do a diving catch on that at some point.
I still have some movement, and I can fly now. So I think I'm going to push him off and then jump off the bridge.
How many spaces does that move him?
Up to 4 times my rank.
Oh,
So it's-
Jesus!
No, I'm sorry, 1 times my rank.
Okay, so that's still 4 spaces.
1 space times rank.
So
Yeah,
it would
it's
be
4
1,
spaces.
2, 3. So he'd be like right here, falling.
Yeah.
Damn.
And I'm gonna chase after him, to try to grab those pages.
All right, so yeah, you like hit him, and you're like, yeah, oh shit, and then you just like run and dive off.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I do
Michael,
a sweet
Michael!
gainer. I do a sweet gainer though when I jump off the edge.
Hell yeah. Amazing. Hellhound, you got Doombots to deal with. What are you doing?
Oh yeah.
Remember you have
Angela
edge, too.
said, yes. Angela said the thing about like trying to be a little bit more careful. And I just reply with, sorry, I'm a little hot-headed, and I'm gonna cast Flames of the Faltine.
We love a good superhero pun.
Yeah, we do. And I'm gonna
Like fire, I get it.
and I'm gonna Flames of the Faltine. This dude is ego against his agility. And I have edge on it. Is it 16?
16 is gonna do it, yeah, for sure.
Great. So 36 damage on this dude.
All right.
That's 5 focus. And that's what I got.
Hell yeah. All right. And that is going to make it Ghost Rider's turn. So if you want, you can just tell me what you want to do, and then we'll figure out what the right like rule thing is.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, of course. So I was gonna say, so do we know that Malekith has the pages?
You don't. They
yeah,
do.
we don't. Okay.
Yeah.
They do that Malekith has the pages. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Got
we ran. Talia and I ran into him last time, so I think
Got
we
it.
would
Talia,
safe to assume he's got it.
Hellhound and Scheherazade are the reason he's in hell. So-
Huh.
Oh yeah, we straight up sent his ass here.
Got it. But
Oopsies.
there's these bots to deal with, right?
Right.
across.
Correct.
Okay. So Sean, what do you think about Doom bots? What do you think they would be equivalent to a vehicle?
God damn it.
Save a horse, ride a Doombot.
Damn it, that's so fucking cool.
How writable
I-
is the Doombot?
Look, here's the thing. If I spend 10 focus, I have concentration and I can
I mean,
touch this thing, engulf it in hellfire, and
this
make
man
it be
once
my
turned
Hellride.
a celestial into his hell ride. So I don't think a
Yeah.
Doombot is too big of a stretch.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. That's sick as hell.
Alright. So I think Robbie's going to run the space to the closest one to him, which I think would be like this one right here, and then whip in a very flavorful like whip of the chains, like kind of like latch onto it, kind of wrangling this thing, and then impose his possessed vehicle. So 10 focus. I just mark it down.
Yeah, so at the top you'll see
Okay.
focus. Yeah, you can just turn that to 55 or
Yeah.
50. So yeah,
50.
you take magical control. Hellfire engulfs the outside of the vehicle, takes no damage on a fantastic success.
And then I don't know what to roll though, because I know it says that on anyone that comes into contact with it takes regular damage with a damage multiplier equal to the character's rank. And then on a fantastic success, it inflicts regular health damage. So I think
so yeah, basically you can like you can run into things and they'll just take damage because you're on fire. So yeah,
you all see Robbie like wrangling this thing, like standing on the shoulders of this thing with like their chains just like wrapped around its head as they begin directing it towards the other Doombots, running over to just try and engulf them in hellfire.
I'm gonna say it would, and I think that this would make sense that like you like wrap it with your chains and like the back of it actually begins to open almost like an Iron Man suit and just completely envelops you. And so now you see like this Doombot, all of like the green tunic and like Doom attire that has burns away as you now see like this robot that is just like engulfed in flame.
Let's go.
Hell yeah. So now you have double your movement speed because you're piloting a Doombot essentially. You can fly because the Doombot would be able to fly, and also you can just run into things and hurt them.
Yeah, I don't know if I have any more. I don't know if I have any more.
You didn't use your full movement, so you can absolutely use the rest of your movement to just run up on this guy and just like run him over essentially.
Yeah, absolutely.
So the rules on, let me pull up the rules on possessed vehicle.
So cool.
Yeah, this is sick as fuck.
Very cool.
I love Angie. They were like, I don't know if I'm gonna do this right, and then proceeds to do the coolest shit I've ever seen.
This is like being better than everyone.
Yeah, what's it like just being being them?
I was
let's
given
see.
a character to play. That's not up to me.
All right, so your rank is 5 as Ghost Rider, which means that regular damage with a damage multiplier equal to 5. So you're gonna roll. I would just say do an agility attack.
Okay, agility attack.
So, yeah, so where it says attack on the right hand side, so the second one down, just click that,
there we go.
and it'll do the attack and damage at the same time. Boop. Hell yeah! So you deal 17 damage to this Doombot.
Let's go.
As you like then just immediately fly and take off, and it basically like, leaves like a Human Torch afterburner trail behind you that ignites this other Doombot in flame. Hell yeah. The bone folder returns.
Hell yeah.
And, that's going to bring us back to the top of the order with Scheherazade.
Okay, Sean, I want to do a thing.
Do a thing.
So I'm gonna have shares. I kind of peek over the side. That's all lava down there, right?
No, it's basically you guys are just like hundreds of feet in the air, and there's like basically like this orange cloud with like almost like an eternal thunderstorm going through it. So they're free falling hundreds of feet towards the chasm below.
Gotcha. I was thinking that it was lava beneath. Okay, I will then see Michael jump over the edge. I think that's worrying. Did you say anything, Michael, or did you just jump?
I said,
just
"Oh
do a
fuck,"
gainer?
because I realized that the pages were there, so I just went, "Oh fuck."
I think he'll turn to Hellhound and be like, "Michael," and we'll run and take blink barrage to get to where Malik, because I'm assuming once I get over the edge, I see that it's Malik. I'm like, oh shit, the pages.
Yeah.
And we'll try to blink barrage to where he is.
Okay.
To grab the pages from him.
Cool. So you teleport over the edge, and now you're free falling above Malekith. And so you're gonna just need to make an agility check against his agility defense to see if you can like kind of like take the pages off of him. I'm gonna say you have trouble because you are free falling.
Gotcha.
All
I
right.
would like to.
Oh, you
roll
want to spend a karma? Go
I'm
for
going
it.
to spend a karma.
Hell yeah. So let me see what his. I think that beats it. Let me double check. His agility is a 13, so yeah, that does beat it. So you,
Hell yeah.
so like we get this great shot of like you falling, and like the pages are kind of actually like flying through the air, and he's like reaching for them, and you're also reaching for them. And I feel like you like make a portal in front of them that they go through, and then the other side of the portal like reverses gravity and brings them into your other hand, and you catch them.
Sorry, this is overdue.
Amazing.
Yes, 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 yes.
And I'm going to like make my body wide so Michael can catch me, because I know Michael will catch me.
Hell
Mhm.
yeah. Exploit, you're up.
There's a couple of Doombot around still.
Yes, that is correct.
So I think I'm just going to fly up to this one, and it's quite simple. I'm gonna punch the shit out of it.
Hell yeah. Do you have access to Malekith's character sheet, by the way?
I do.
Did
I
you
don't
steal or
actually-
shut down powers?
I shut down.
Okay,
I
so you
didn't-
don't have.
I looked at them and I was like, I don't
need this.
I don't want to learn magic. I think that has been her main thing. Is she just tries to shut down magic and uses weapons.
That's fair.
Magic is a whole thing that she don't know.
My eyes won't go black. I'll just stomp his ass into the ground.
Exactly. Look, I'm still pretty strong.
Some Evan Kelp energy.
All right. So damn. That was 19 to hit
Jesus.
and then 28 damage.
Jeez.
On this Doombot right in front of me.
All right.
Shouts out to her having just a ton of power.
Yeah, you like punch this Doombot and like a chunk of its face flies off and like sparks. But it like turns back and just looks like one of those like fucked up Ultron bots. But it is still standing.
I don't think I have anything else for it. So I think she is just like going to stand ready just in case anything tries anything.
Hell yeah.
But I think that's my turn. Pretty easy.
All right. Angela is going to sprint up to this one over here. And just try and do a vicious attack. Jesus! And hits it for 50 damage. Dude, she's a tank.
That's my girl. That's my wife.
With like the sword just like lops one of its arms off. And continues this just like spree against these Doombots. This one is barely still alive, but that is going to make it AWOL's turn. AWOL, you are free falling, trying to catch Scheherazade, who has just taken the pages from Malekith.
Yeah, I am going to. Yeah, that's cool. That's sick. I see Malekith flying. I saw the portal and I saw the pages go through it. So I think I just like look up and start flying up to catch Scheherazade.
Hell yeah. So I'm gonna say you're gonna need to make an agility check to make sure that you can catch Scheherazade.
I can do that. That's a 21.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. So yeah, you just like with a beautiful barrel roll, grab Scheherazade, and then we see both of you fly up and land back on the bridge. And then
Hello, Michael.
we get a no as Malekith is blasting off again.
And then can I also do a little elemental burst
Yeah, sure. Go for it.
on one of these fellas?
I like
Cool.
the idea of like you looking at Scheherazade. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Like, shooting someone you shoot someone behind you.
Yeah. I will 100% do it that way. Yeah.
But-
Piggybacking on it.
Yeah, you've got a clear line of sight to the one that Exploit is fighting.
Cool. That's exactly the one I want to hit. And that is an 18 to hit for 27 damage.
Damn.
Yeah, that's gonna do it. Not
Yeah.
quite destroyed, but you definitely hit him hard.
Cool. Yeah, so I just like am checking in. I'm like, Scheherazade, you're fine? You're doing okay?
I'm fine, Michael. Well done, pushing him off the bridge. This is amazing.
Okay. Oh, thank you. Ooh. And I hit the guy. If you need anything, just let me know, and I'm gonna start to like move towards the group.
What a lovely young man.
Amazing. Hellhound, you're up.
Yeah, I'm gonna move up a little bit, and I'm gonna Flames of the Faultine at this guy here again. He's still not dead. Get out of my way. That is an 18 to hit against his agility defense
Jeez.
for 31 damage. As I just imagine, I like punch in the air, and the flame just comes out of my hand and rocks him in the back of his little robot head.
You're hitting this guy?
Yeah.
All right. 31 damage. Whew. You don't completely destroy him, but yeah, you punch a hole through his chest, and you see like sparks beginning to fly. And you also see like in the center of his chest there is like this hellfire core, almost like this burning heart that you have exposed with your punch. And that is going to make it Ghost Rider's turn.
I think Ghost Rider is once again going to just kind of control this thing and move it over to. There's a guy. Is the one below me the one that I'm controlling, or is it a new one?
You and the one you're controlling are one, so I just took the token
Got
off
it.
the board.
Okay.
But yeah, so
Got
you are where you are, and you can actually.
Yeah,
both...
I'm gonna move here so that I can, because it's anyone that's within like 10 spaces of me. I think, right? I think on the vehicle. Let me double check.
Let me see.
Anyone that comes into contact with it.
Right. So you can you'll deal that damage to both of these because you're in adjacent squares to them, and then in addition to that, you can do a normal attack.
Oh, cool. Okay, so how is remind me again? It was the
so you're gonna do the
agility attack.
Agility attack, yeah, for your possessed vehicle.
Agility attack, that was 12 damage.
Yeah. Shit. That by itself, without you having to attack, destroys both of them. So you can actually, if you want to, use the rest of your movement to get up to that third Doombot and do your regular attack on it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hell yeah.
So move over there, and then
it also actually takes that movement thing too. So you can roll that again and then do your other attack. This is broken as fuck.
That's so cool.
It's just like you're just touching it. It's like spiritual Beyblade.
Yeah.
Amazing. Okay, so then that's another 12 damage. It looks like another 12 damage.
Toast. Amazing.
Yeah. And is that all the baddies then?
Play of the game. Yeah. That is all the baddies, in fact.
Awesome. So yeah, now it's just Robbie in this like new dark and silver metal version of the Doom bot, as they're just taking over it. And we'll continue piloting this thing just because it's fun.
It's cool. But yeah, that is the end of combat. Angela looks over at this possessed Doombot and is like, fascinating.
Sick ride.
Well
Thanks.
done, Robert.
This is no, not Robert. No. That's Robbie is fine. Please.
Robbie.
Scheherazad's a little formal. You get used to it.
That's
Robbie's fine.
No, Robbie's fine. Or I mean, if you want to be formal about it, you can call me Roberto, but not Robert, no. But yeah. Well, that was something. Malekith, it looks like you were all acquainted with him. Is this
yeah, Scheherazade and I kind of sent him here. So we find him in Asgard, kicked his ass here. I just had to finish what we started.
King of the Dark Elves is starting.
Yeah. So, out of curiosity, is the reason why the Doom Castle is here because of all of you, or
Oh,
Does a building go to hell when you kill it?
I was
That
wondering
how?
that. I live here, and I don't know if I've ever seen a building go to hell.
I mean, it was full of a bunch of weird multiversal juices. So maybe there's some resonant hell energy or something.
Oh.
Maybe
may have
we blew
accidentally
it up.
sent here.
But we didn't purposely send it here.
how did? So you all saw it explode,
Bombs, yeah.
and then no longer there, gone. But now it's
Correct.
here.
Yes.
Okay.
And maybe because of Bifrost energy, the previous
That-
Doom Castle was powered by it.
Yeah,
So
that or
there-
curious to see if maybe Doctor Strange has something to do with it also.
well, only one way to find out. Perhaps we
That's
should
what I
take
was
a
gonna say.
stroll, take a tour of the building.
All right,
Ugh.
shall we?
So you all walk in to Doom's castle. Everybody roll vigilance.
Oh, that's not scary.
Uh-oh. I got a fantastic success.
Amazing.
Oh my gosh.
Got a
Come on.
666 24.
Holy shit.
I got an
I think
18.
I think I just got a 12.
I
Yeah,
have
just
double
12.
it because of hang on a second, so I can. No, still same.
Okay. So all of you are very vigilant. And you notice that as soon as you step through the threshold into Doom's castle, that you hear AWOL behind you as AWOL, you begin to feel yourself being pulled down through the earth. And you look down and there's like this portal that seems to be opening below you. And this black goo is coming out of it and like pulling you through this portal down. And all of you see like his hand like reaching back up as he is not able to resist being pulled through this portal.
Can we try grab him, pull him out?
You grab his hand, and it seems like you almost phase through it for a minute, and you're basically not able to stop him from being pulled down through this.
Oh.
Have I ever seen anything
Hey guys.
like this before?
Yes, Michael. Michael.
That is a good question. We're going to take a 10-minute break.
To
And-
find out.
Hell yeah.
And we're back. So, AWOL, you feel yourself kind of like pulled through, like, it doesn't even feel like you're falling through space. It feels like you're being like squeezed through like almost like a tube of just like this weird amorphous substance, and you feel yourself just kind of like squeezed out the other end, and then dropped onto this platform. And as you look up, you see in front of you this landscape that seems to be made of just like all of this symbiotic material, and sitting on a throne before you is this mysterious figure who you have never seen before, but who looks absolutely terrifying.
Oh. Ooh.
Oh.
Yikes.
I mean, hell is weird. Where is this hell? Am I in deeper hell?
Some might call it that. I call it home.
Okay. Should I take my shoes off? That's what I normally do when I go into someone's home.
You have quite the lackadaisical approach to the extraordinary.
Yeah, I mean, I was just in hell. One of my friends is an eternal. Things get weird.
Michael, what is it you truly want? What is it that drives you?
And I think he like did this guy use my name? This guy used
Yes.
my like real
Your
first name,
government name, yeah.
my government name. I think he looks at him and he goes, "Who are you? What? How do you know who I am? Why did you bring me here?"
Those who know my power call me Null, the god of the symbiotes. I brought you here because there is much pain inside of you, much anger and hate, much that can be used if pointed in the right direction.
And he's just kind of looking at him and he goes, "Could so you could help me with MODOK?"
Of course, as long as you are willing to help me.
I mean, I got a lawyer to look at all my contracts, so
Victor's conquest of the multiverse is inconvenient for me. He is drawing all ether from across time and space to himself. This sort of balance cannot be sustained by any one person, even one so powerful as Doom. But with such power, there is very little that can reckon with him. I can, but I am limited with how much I can intervene, which is why I must use. And with just kind of an annoyed voice, he says, mortals.
so you want to help me help you
You are going
against
to
Doom?
kill Doom, which I believe is a common purpose that you share. And then I will give you the power to kill any and all who have ever wronged you.
And what do you get out of this? What do I have to give up?
I simply am inconvenienced by Doom's actions. You are getting a good end of the deal. There is very little I ask of you that is more than you are already seeking. But perhaps occasionally in the future, I will need someone eliminated. And at that point, you may owe me a favor.
I've done that. I can do that. Um, is this like a permanent thing? Or is this like a I can stop thing?
He smiles and he says, once you feel the power that is about to envelop you, you will never want to stop.
And I think Michael just like stands there in silence and just like is just like gives the guy a look of like, okay.
You begin to feel something crawling up your legs. And you look down and you start to see this black goo begin to envelop you. And as you do, Noel begins to speak to you. He says, the previous host that carried this is no longer of use to me. Confined within a man-made prison. Not powerful enough to deal with the threats we now face. So this symbiote will pass to you. One of the first created, the proto-symbiote. To this day, the weaker of my creations carry scars of a progenitor's birth inside of them, and they still fear the fire of the forge. Their discordant and incessant noise of a celestial hammer beating their will into something wieldy, into something beautiful. And this thing has now begun to kind of like completely envelop you, and is completely covering your chest and covering your arms. And you begin to see your hands grow in size, and your fingers elongate into claws and talons. My weapon forged, set out to banish the Bright and all that came with it. And in time, you begin to see your hand now gripping something, almost like a handle that turns into a hilt, that turns into a blade. My living blade, all black, the Necro Sword, the God Slayer.
All right.
And we cut back to all of you who have now have no idea where AWOL is or what he's up to.
Michael?
Can I try sense supernatural to try and find this portal? See if it's been like let out anywhere near us in like this in the castle?
Yeah, so when you use sense supernatural, you sense all of the supernatural things within the castle. You don't find any signature of the other side of this portal. It seems to have taken him to a completely different dimension. But you do pick up something interesting coming from inside the castle, which is that it's a couple things. One being the fact that there is a very large collection of artifacts and books of magical nature within this castle. You also sense a familiar presence waiting for you inside of the castle. That of your father.
Typical dad. Hey, Scheherazade, seems like there's a lot of like magical books, magical artifacts deep in here. Seems like that might be up your expertise.
Did you say books?
Yeah, I did. I did say books. One teeny tiny problem. My father, the devil, also here.
It is hell, so that would make sense. He would be here.
It does. I don't want to see him. It's never a good time when you see him, but just wanted to give folks a heads up. There's a good chance we're gonna run into him.
Perhaps we should stop by the library, just to be safe. We won't take anything home. We'll browse a little bit.
Peruse.
Peruse. Perhaps there's something of worth there. Perhaps we can find out what happened to Michael. I'm terribly worried. It is the second companion I've lost in
I don't see him on this
days.
plane.
So, quick question.
Yeah.
What do you all know about this, Michael?
He goes by AWOL.
He has a checkered past as a soldier of some sort, an assassin.
Yeah. Seems like did some bad stuff in Latveria.
That country, yes. Doom country.
But Michael is a good man.
Just for Angie clarification, Latveria is the country that Dr. Doom is the lord over. So it seems like he at one point, from what they're telling you, it seems like he at one point worked for Dr. Doom's government, essentially.
So you are all aware that he's done some nasty stuff.
Amongst us
gathering.
Michael's also done a tremendous amount of good in this world.
Exploit, I'm sure you messed up something.
Well,
Oh, well, listen, you're young. You got
when
some years to mess some shit up.
I just think on scale. I just think on scale.
On scale, yeah, you haven't done anything that bad.
when you say tremendous good, like what?
I mean, helping the whole Darkhold thing is pretty, I'd say pretty good.
I'd say
I-
blowing up Doom Castle was pretty good.
Like I get it. Trust me. The amount of mutants I've met who've tried to kill a million other mutants, very high. However, I think we can give someone a shot, especially if they're doing the right thing.
And he's just a man? Is he a mutant? He's just
I mean,
a
he has that
soldier?
suit, and that's about it, from what I can tell.
You make being a man as though it is a bad thing. As though that in itself is not an impressive feat.
No, I'm just curious. There was if I'm being honest with you all, I was
Great.
getting some vibes, some not so good vibes off of him.
Michael has never spoken much of how much red lies in his ledger. I am not friends with the man he used to be. I am friends with the man he is now. And the man that I know now has been nothing but kind, has been nothing but honorable, and has been a good friend. My trust is his to lose, but at this moment I trust him. Just as I do you, Robbie. You've not given me any reason not to believe that you are a good man.
And what would it take learning about his past?
What?
Would that
knowing what he-
change? Yeah.
We all cannot be judged by the worst things we have done. We have to be judged on who we are now. And what we will do to redeem ourselves to those that we care and love for.
Oh, that's good to know.
You are the
Yes.
spirit of vengeance, correct? Is that your official title?
No. My setup is a little bit different, a little bit complicated. I don't know. I mean, you looks over at Hellhound. You have some kind of knowledge about hell and all of this, so to be completely honest with you, I've never met your father.
Mm.
So my powers don't come from him. We'll leave it at that for now.
Secrets.
You hear Eli in
shall
your
we-
head say, "Why are you so shy to introduce me to your friends?"
Response, because you are an asshole.
That's the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me.
And that's why I keep it just between the two of us.
Well, shall we press on?
Yeah, with our luck, Michael will probably crash into us before we find him.
I have faith Michael will find his way back to us.
I'm sure he's fine. He can take care of himself.
He did almost die last time he was alone. I will say
Almost. Keyword, almost.
it was very close. It was very close. I am worried, I think is mostly what I'm saying, but
That's fair. You're allowed to be scared. You just got to keep moving forward.
I said worried, not scared. Those are
All
different
right.
things.
All right, fine. You're a little nervous.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Let's move. I
You-
pat exploit on the back. I start moving into further into Doom Castle.
I think she is like completely knocked a little, just like, whoa.
A little too hard.
Yeah, exactly. Just like was not braced for it at all.
You walk into this strange, hellish warped simulacrum of Doom Castle, and begin to look around, that some of the architecture looks very similar, but also just very demonic in nature and kind of warped by the realm that it now exists in. As you walk through the grand halls and begin to examine things around you, Scheherazade, you see up ahead of you in a great open room something that you never thought you'd see again. The Library of Alexandria, almost perfectly preserved within Doom's castle.
Fuck up.
Think it's just like a moment of just like she like gasps and puts her hands over her mouth and just kind of like is silently crying. Like it smells the same. Everything is exactly where she left it whenever Doom had taken it from her. And she's like, it's all here. It's not gone. I didn't fail. Do you see this? Is this a trick? Is this a trick of the light?
With your supernatural sense, you can discern that this is not an illusion. The library was not burned. As you think back to it and you recall, you saw the shelves sinking through the ground. They were actually pulled here by Doom, who intends to draw all knowledge to himself. He had no interest in destroying what was the greatest wealth of knowledge in the entire universe. He simply wanted it for himself.
I didn't fail. I'm taking back that which is mine.
You hear a voice, not so fast.
Oh.
And you see Doom standing down the shelves of the library. And he says, "What good is this in your hands? Someone who so easily has let it slip through your fingers. Why should you be entrusted with something that you cannot guard, as distracted as you are?"
Your interest in knowledge is tied completely to power. And that is not all that knowledge can do and should do. There is love here, there is pain, there is anguish. There is no greater thing in this world than to observe and to hold and to keep all the experiences of this world. There are scientific journals written by men who poured their entire life and their love into that work. There are highlight magazines of children who have filled it out, learning words for the first time. There is a plethora of knowledge here that does not inherently tie to power. I should be the one to hold on. I am the one who has held on to it, has built this library over and over and over and over again because I love humanity. I love everything that they have ever created, and I think that is worth holding on to.
What good is your love when humanity has never loved you back? What good is all of this knowledge when we live in an age filled with misinformation, where people would rather believe what they wish than seek out the truth? You sit on infinite knowledge, and yet I look down at all of creation, disappointed. It would be better in my hands.
Not everything needs to serve a purpose, Victor.
And what purpose do you serve?
The greatest purpose of all. I love unconditionally. I love fully, with all of my heart. I observe sunrises and sunsets, babies being born, people laughing, stories told over fires, coffee. All these things are worth holding on to and valuing. I do not require that they love me because I love them. What do you love, Victor? What do you have that's worth believing in? Has it always just been power for you? You'll fall just like every man before you has fallen, all who chase to get on top of the mountain, not wanting to view and enjoy the vista that lies there.
I had a love once. I loved my mother until she was taken away from me by a demon. And you see he very quickly shoots a glance over at Hellhound and says,
Hey, the fuck, don't drag my ass into this.
I loved again, but she was taken from me. Love
Fuck me for.
has never done anything but take.
Yeah, it drives you. Do you still hold on to her in your mind, your memory? Do you have stories that you tie to her, Victor? Whether you like it or not, you are also a slave to love. None of us are greater than it. We cannot help what love has us do. And you have a choice here. You can choose to be this, or you can choose to just love her. Remember and hold on to that. Move on. Find new stories to chase. Find new ways and things to love. But I do not think that is the case here, Victor. I do not think that you will turn. I have tried at every moment to get you to see where I am, see where I'm coming from. But I fear that we do not exist on the same plane. In this moment, Victor, I think that perhaps I am just your better.
My better. Better than the king of space, the master of the sun. You claim such vast domains. Is it in you to balance these small souls that lie before you? Could I not lay claim to the light and the void? Whose technology and magic cross the stars as easily as they scramble a sorcerer supreme's mind? Who would dare say that I have not earned the right to be king of this domain? The only title I have ever claimed is Doctor. I mean,
And yet you heal no one.
I will heal what is broken in this universe.
Oh
by
my god, blah,
order.
blah, blah. The same fucking thing over and over. We get it, my god. You keep saying you will do things. The fuck have you done?
Oh my god. I'm terrified.
While you've been talking,
He's been monologuing for so long.
while you've been talking, I have not even been here.
Yep.
I have been putting other things in motion. And one day you will understand that this entire time, despite all of your tiny victories, you have remained one step behind. And as he disappears, or his voice disappears rather, you see this Doombot in front of you shut down.
Oop.
And you see that all of the books are beginning to once again sink in the ground. But you also see that further down the bookshelves, as more of this room is beginning to be revealed because the shelves are sinking, that Mephisto is actually bound here.
Ooh.
And you can see that some of the red and blue Bifrost energy that you found in Castle Doom is kind of hooked up to Mephisto, siphoning off his demonic magic.
Dad?
Oh.
And you see Mephisto say, "It's too late." What are you going to do?
Oh, wait, they got Mephisto tied up with magic, siphoning off his energy. What's he like tied? Just like magic is binding
Yeah,
him?
he's like, it's the same kind of thing that Scarlet Witch had in the beginning. He's like kind of on a vertical table and chained to it.
Okay.
Would because I've read the book that Mephisto has given me, and I have a large background. Is there any knowledge that I have on how to stop this, and or if that doesn't work, I'm wondering if we could do a Guardians of the Galaxy situation. We all hold hands and
Yeah,
siphon this
that
and
was
shit.
that was my initial reaction, but
Here's-
let's see if the magic
Here's
works.
the thing. Scheherazade, you survey the situation in front of you, and you realize you have time to either free Mephisto or save the library.
Oh
No, Sean.
With what? Like with what in particular?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I'm trying to see if there's anything I can help with.
Well, because
this.
here's the thing. If Scheherazade has time to do one of those things, Scheherazade can do either of those things, but only has time to do one of them. If somebody else has the ability to possibly try and do the other one, then that's another situation. But
Okay.
I
Okay.
think Scheherazade in this moment will choose Mephisto.
I'm
the
gonna
library
tell
can-
you to choose the library. I'll see what I can do about Mephisto.
Yeah, I was about to say I can take
Okay.
library. I was planning to just open a portal and start shoveling books into it as fast as I
Yeah.
can.
I feel confident enough that I can do some magic bullshit, or at least absorb enough bad things to save Mephisto.
this is gonna be so interesting. Okay. I think what we're gonna do is we are going to do a skill challenge, because that seems like the best way to resolve this. So we're actually going to roll initiative real quick. While I turn on some dramatic music.
This is like initiative, correct?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
So
I get a free edge
just
on
so I
initiative every time.
just so I understand what everything was happening. We're gonna try to save both, and Dare and Sarah are going to try to grab Mephisto, and I'm going to try to save the library. Is that my understanding of what's happening?
Yes.
Wait, say that one more time. Sorry.
Oh, that you and Dare were going to try to save Mephisto, and I was going to try to save the library.
I'm good with that.
I have a weird question.
Yeah.
This castle is just floating, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm sure that won't be important at all later.
A
But-
very normal thing for a castle to be.
AWOL, I'm gonna have you roll initiative as well.
Cool.
And Scheherazade, what did you get?
I got a 22. Wait, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Scheherazade. I got 18. Dare's icon is the same as Scheherazade's portrait. I confused for a second.
And
Weird.
Exploit, what did you get?
I got a 22.
Hell yeah. And AWOL?
I got a 16.
Hellhound.
16 with a fantastic success.
Awesome. And Ghost Rider.
13.
Cool. All right, so with a fantastic success, Hellhound, you have a bonus round.
So sorry. Just
Go to
remind me
Olive
that-
Garden, get breadsticks.
Yeah, so sorry, Portal. Go to Olive Garden, come back, beat the shit out of these chains with some breadsticks. The chains that are whatever is binding Mephisto to the table, are they like physical or they seem like magical in nature? For my own curiosity.
They are like tangible, but they are definitely
Okay, yeah, that's
magical in nature. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, then I'm gonna use this additional turn to run over to the table and like grab at one of the chains and just try to like rip it with like a vicious attack.
Okay. So basically the way that this skill challenge is going to work is that you are going to need 3 successes on each objective to complete it, and each objective has like 3 All right, so you're gonna need 3 successes before you get 3 failures on each objective.
Okay.
So go ahead and just give me a straight melee attack, or not even an attack, just a melee check.
Melee check. Oh boy. Let's see how this goes. 17.
Amazing. So yeah, with that is going to be 1 success as you begin to like dispel some of the hellfire. You're able to grab these chains and kind of just absorb the magic off of it and begin to like kind of siphon that off. And so that is going to bring us into normal initiative. Exploit, what are you doing?
So Mephisto's kind of like bound by like magic bullshit, right?
That's correct.
Well, the thing that I normally try to do when I see a bunch of magic bullshit is take all of it into my body and hope that I don't die. I'm willing to do the usual deal we've been doing, which is like, I'll push all of my focus to try to do some shit.
Well, you do see that like the thing that is basically containing all of the energy that they are siphoning off of Mephisto is those same kind of like tubes that you found in the first Castle Doom with the red and the blue energy. So you can do the same thing you did last time and try and siphon those off.
I absolutely will try. Hopefully Doom hasn't been like, yeah, someone's done this before. Let's booby trap it this time.
All right.
Oh boy, what do I roll for it?
Well, you're just gonna use you're just using steel power, right?
Yep.
And so last time we decided that was going to cost half of your focus for you to just do it.
Yep.
So we'll go with that again. And similar to last time, you begin to see across the multiverse, but you begin to see things in a completely different state. You see worlds that you saw the first time. There are entire worlds beginning to collapse. You see that there are superheroes that are like withering away and falling away to like dust. And you see that basically magic is being pulled across time and space by whatever Doom is doing. And whatever he has been, he's been using something. And it can't be the Darkhold because you have a lot of those pieces. But you do see that Scarlet Witch is actually somewhere in the middle of not kind of like a temporal nexus that exists within the multiverse between different universes, and she is being bound there by Doom. So it seems like he may have gotten to her and what pages of the Darkhold she has. And then the last thing that you see before you see all of these different universes collapsing and all of this magic being siphoned across the universe is you see Doom, and in the clutches of his hand is a gold medallion in the shape of an eye that begins to be burnt. That seems to be burning with green flame.
I think like as I'm absorbing all of this, I think parts of Zinnia's skin are beginning to like turn red, like almost as little like spewts, like little shoots of fire are like bouncing off of it, almost like hellfire's like leaving her body. And I think in a semi-distorted voice, almost like the voice of something far more ancient and powerful than her is, I think, conjuring these words as she's saying them,
Okay.
describing everything that is happening.
Yeah, you begin to hear Exploit almost speaking in an ancient tongue that you've never heard her speak in before, a language that she does not know, in speaking incantations that she does not understand, and holding arcane power within herself that she does not have the capacity to control. And you begin to see Exploit kind of like levitating as she is pulling all of this within herself, and then like suddenly drop as her bioluminescent skin is flickering back and forth between red and blue, and as she is kind of glitching in and out between this reality and the next.
I am so scared for one very particular reason.
Hellhound. Oh no, sorry, Scheherazade. What are you doing?
I have a couple clarifying questions, I guess.
Okay.
Do I have some sort of like incantation or something that like bounds me to like the Library of Alexandria to be able to like get the books to transfer or anything like that. And if not, that's fine. I have a backup plan.
So what exactly are you trying to do?
I'm assuming, as I understand it, the library is like sinking into the floor, and so all the books are
Yeah, so essentially the books
disappearing.
are like slowly being portaled somewhere else.
Gotcha. Then I am going to, with tears in my eyes, look up to the sky and say, Hemdall, I require your assistance, please and thank you.
Interesting. Roll ego.
Got it. And
Oh,
I
I
rolled
thought
that at
you-
advantage.
I thought you were gonna do like a Dr. Donna situation.
And then I'll roll with edge. And then I'm going to roll. I'm going to use a karma to burn to try to get it again.
All right.
Uh,
That's a success.
yeah.
We see the panel of Scheherazade yelling at the sky, Heimdall, and then we catch a couple panels of this call echoing across the cosmos, and we see Heimdall standing in Asgard, and he says, "My beloved," and he thrusts his sword into the ground, and you see this rainbow beam fly across space and fly through this dimension of hell and like hit the ground in the center of the library and create Nordic runes on the ground. And as that happens, you see like a rainbow ripple like move out and start to dispel the portals that are trying to pull these books somewhere else. So that is going to count as one success towards saving the library. And we have 2 successes on freeing Mephisto. So that is going to be Hellhound's turn.
Yeah, I think Hellhound's at almost kind of like a feral rage, seeing anybody trying to like mess with the balance of her home. I think I'm gonna continue what I was doing and like just vicious attack another chain, trying to take it down.
All right, cool.
Let's go. No, I'm gonna spend the karma. I'm gonna spend another karma. How high does it need to be a success?
It needs to be a 16 or better.
And then I'm gonna spend another karma. No. Gonna spend my Gonna spend
You
my
gotta
last.
just root on getting that ultimate or that fantastic success.
Let's. Nope.
Damn.
Damn.
All 4 karma can't do shit.
Yeah,
I'm just like desperately tearing at it. It's like fucking break
Brutal.
already.
That's
yes.
brutal.
So you're like ripping, trying to like pull at these chains, and as you're pulling some away, like more are forming. And
No.
And you hear a mocking voice, the mocking voice of Morgan Le Fay, in your head that says, I thought you didn't care, suddenly caring for your father, a demon, and yet
shut the
powerless
fuck up, you
to
old
help
cunt.
him.
I'm busy.
And yeah. So the next thing
Don't have time for this.
and with all of this crazy shit happening, we then see like this sludge come up from the ground and spit out AWOL, who currently looks fairly normal, except for the fact that like all of his armor has been peeled away.
Fairly normal.
But the rest of him looks fairly normal. AWOL, you see all of this and have no context to anything that's going on. What do you do?
Yeah, I think I see the library and I see Scheherazade like desperately trying to get things, and I want to, if I see one of the bookshelves, I want to like, so I'm gonna jump because I can jump really far now. I'm gonna jump over and try to like lift one of the bookshelves out of the portal.
Okay. Scheherazade, roll vigilance for me.
You got it.
And then while Scheherazade's doing that, AWOL, go ahead and roll a melee attack for me.
Cool.
Or just a melee check.
Cool.
19, Sean.
Okay. So let me see here. So Scheherazade, as you're doing what you're doing, you see this. You see the sludge form, and you see AWOL kind of spit out of it. And then you see that he comes to help you. You see that he almost is catapulted by this black sludge that seems to almost like move with him. And then as he lands with you, or next to you, you begin to see all of it completely envelop his body, and you see like this white spider logo appear on his face, and his head gets covered by this like strange mask with large white eyes and teeth and a tongue coming out of it. And something that is not Michael says, "We are here to help." And Michael begins to try and lift this thing up. Michael, I see you spent a karma.
I did.
So you are able to get another success on pulling up this gigantic bookshelf. And Scheherazade, you begin to see that he just does this with ease. This vast, huge bookshelf with this superhuman strength that he, with the help of the symbiote, is able to pull out of this hole.
Michael?
It's a long story. Can we get your books and then we can chat?
I'm just happy to see you.
Oh, I'm happy to see you too.
We've never met, but I'm happy to see you too.
Oh, this two
this
of you,
is-
fantastic.
Yeah, there's a new guy.
I don't like that guy. Feels very gendered to me. So
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it that way. Like, new friend?
yeah, friends.
Person?
Friend is good.
Okay.
We'll talk later, perhaps. Kind of gestures around them.
And is it like the thing where I'm assuming that this is the Venom symbiote?
Yes.
Like separates and I'm talking to it separately?
Yeah, you kind of get like a little head that
Like a separate
Fuck,
head
yeah.
jumps up? Okay, cool.
Oh.
ooh. I love that thing where it's like, for the last time, Peter, we use they them pronouns, not because we're non-binary, but we're literally two dudes. All right. So that is gonna be looks like Ghost Rider's turn.
Yeah.
Robbie.
So clarifying questions.
Yes.
Mephisto is being held in this vertical table by chains. The chains are attached to like the walls of this building, this room that we're in and everything.
Yes.
Is it safe for me to assume that Doctor Strange is somewhere in this building, considering what Doctor Doom said about the Sorcerer Supreme?
You can definitely assume that it seems that he has Doctor Strange in captivity. You don't necessarily know if he's in this room. If you have the sense supernatural ability, you can try and
yeah, not in this room, but like in this entire structure, like this.
right. So let me see here. I think that Ghost Rider has sense supernatural. Let me look.
I don't know if I have sense supernatural. I don't see. I have sense sins, but
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, that's a different thing. Yeah, so
Yeah.
you wouldn't necessarily be able to tell.
no. Okay. I have a weird idea, and I don't think it's gonna. I don't.
Yes, do it. Do it.
Sean, have you ever watched Gurren Lagann?
This is a good question already.
Yes. I know where this is going. Yes.
Where the fuck is this going, Angie? I'm vaguely familiar with Gurren Lagann in the fact that I know it is kind of a mech anime, and that's most of what I know.
Yeah. I mean, could Robbie, I don't know, hypothetically, release this Doombot and then put all of their power into trying to control this castle? That's
There
the
it
hell
is.
ride.
Yes.
And then
Yes.
try and control the chains to release Mephisto and possibly get a sense of what this castle holds.
So,
Shut the fuck
That's
up.
that's cool as shit.
That's the raddest shit I've ever heard in my entire life.
I
That's
want Angie's brain.
Cool.
That's dope as hell. So here's
Yeah.
how we're gonna do this to keep all of the numbers above board. You are going to need to make an ego check. You're going to have trouble because this is a very big fucking thing that you're trying to control.
Yeah.
And you're going to have to beat the ego defense of of its current master, which is Dr. Doom. So you're gonna have to roll and make an ego check of 17 or better, and you have trouble on it.
Use
Okay.
your karma.
I don't think I have any karma though.
You have 4.
As-
Yeah, you have.
Oh.
It just hasn't been logged in there, but you start with the number of karma equal to your rank. So you have
Okay.
4 karma.
Oh, I have 5. Equal to my rank, I have 5 then.
Oh, that's right. That's right. You're 5. You're rank 5. I forgot.
Okay, so let's go.
Yeah, this is dope as fuck.
16.
All right, so
Um,
you are 1 short, but you also have trouble, which means that you have to re-roll this one, which is also a
Okay.
4. So you're still at 16. So you can spend a karma to try and increase one of those by 1. So I would just spend it on that one and knock it over the edge.
On
for you.
on the so which I will spend karma.
Yeah,
Yes.
if you hover
and what
if you hover over the 1, you'll get a pop-up that says Edge Trouble.
and then trouble.
Click Edge. Because
Edge?
I already gave you the trouble, which re-rolled to another
Okay.
4. So you really
Okay.
lucked out on that trouble roll. Holy
Hey.
shit.
Like we say, gamers, edging always
So-
works.
Love edging.
So Robbie's going to exit out of this Doombot suit, run in front of where Mephisto is being held, in between like where Mephisto and Scheherazade is dealing with the library. And in his mind, having listened to Scheherazade's monologue about love, they just see their brother's face and they pour, knowing that there is a level of love that Scheherazade has for this library, and doesn't really understand the relationship between Hellhound and Mephisto, but will pour as much of their power as the All Rider into this building, down on the ground, hands and knees, fire bursting through him as they try and take control of this portion of Doom's castle.
You all
Well,
begin to
that's-
see as Ghost Rider touches the ground, like a circle of flame ignites around him. And you see like all of these chains that are kind of dangling from the ceiling all begin to just like almost animate and like extend out from the ceiling, and all of them begin to like connect one by one to the Ghost Rider. And then pouring out from Ghost Rider, running up those chains, is flame that is igniting. And then all of the like torches on the walls of this castle begin to ignite and change color to Ghost Rider's like hellfire. And we get a shot of outside of this castle that underneath of it, like this inferno begins to blaze as the castle begins to move from its stationary position, and the whole thing begins to shake, and all of these rocks are coming off of the edge of it. And we see back in the library, we see Ghost Rider suspended in the middle of this building with chains above him and below him, like holding him up as he kind of like holds onto these chains to kind of like control this castle that he is now moving through hell.
And I think in response to all of that, they're going to focus their connection to this castle to try and release more of Mephisto. If I have to do a check or anything for that.
No, well that doing that was the third success, because you were successful
Okay.
in this, and it took 3 successes, and this was the third success. So yeah, doing that does actually completely free Mephisto, who then like collapses to the ground, and looks up at what's happening, looks up at this Ghost Rider that is not his Ghost Rider, that is exhibiting more power than any Ghost Rider he's ever created, and begins to say, I suppose even a Lord of Hell can be surprised from time to time.
Let's fucking go. Locked in, baby. Locked in.
We need one more success on the library. Exploit. What are you doing?
Oh boy. I was like, I am like still full of like all of the multiversal magic, correct?
Correct.
Again.
Again.
I gotta stop doing this. It's not good for me. I'm so uncertain of what to do here. Uh, I think the only thing I can think of is trying to bump Scheherazad's power, and potentially making her next attempt better.
Hell yeah.
Because I think I am struggling to do anything else but try to maintain this because this one feels very bad and as if it is tearing me apart a little bit.
Yeah. So, you kind of like reach out to Scheherazade, and with your power that you've absorbed from this, begin to kind of impart on Scheherazade almost just like a map of the multiverse and of all of these different dimensions and how they connect, and basically give Scheherazade with your power. You give her insight into like portal paths that she otherwise would not be able to create. So Scheherazade, I'm going to say that you have an edge on any portal related rolls that you want to make on your next turn.
Okay. Is it my turn? Is that what I'm
It
to
is.
understand?
Yes.
Okay. I think Scheherazade is just absolutely taken by like can feel like Robbie's like magic and energy, and knowing that she can like ask for help from like her friends that she's made over the centuries and how all that's tied to like her belief in humanity and love. I think she will in this moment like sort of have like a Goku moment of thinking of every person she's met in her entire existence and how much she has loved every person and everything that she's ever loved, and she is going to use those pathways throughout the multiverse of every person who's loved every version of herself to essentially create a new portal to a new library of Alexandria, and press her hand to the ground, and a book will open up, a large book that kind of takes the entirety of the library, and say the library is open. I and boom it away.
And as you do that, we see like a frame of these books all just kind of like flying up through space, as they're almost like sucked into like this huge kind of golden portal that Scheherazade has created, and they're being pulled into kind of another demiverse that exists between multiverses, and just basically a new pocket dimension in space that Scheherazade has created, a place that Doom has never been to, so that these books can be kept safe out of his sight. And we start to see all of these shells reforming and all of these books kind of just magically flying onto these shelves in this new space. And we see the library being reformed.
There's only one slight change to the library. Over the very top of it is a large like painting that is all of us at the Olive Garden.
Shut the fuck Oh boy.
Wonderful.
Damn it. That's so good.
I'm so good.
Amazing. Yeah, well, that is 3 successes on each event. So crisis averted.
That was sick.
I don't feel like the crisis averted to me.
Well,
I'm nervous still.
The immediate
The crisis has been pushed 2 feet to the right.
You still
we
have
kicked the can a little
you
down.
still have Dr.
We've
Doom
gone from
collapsing
red to
universes
orange.
and that to deal with, which that seems like the next move. But you also now have a fucking castle mech, so there's that. I'm gonna have to figure out how to do a map of that. That's gonna be fun, I guess. So,
you know, so the crisis is averted. So are we out of initiative?
Yes.
Okay. As Robbie is like they're like straining with like these chains, can I sense now maybe anywhere in the castle with my connection to it if there's any place like the feeling of Doctor Strange?
It doesn't seem that Doctor Strange is here.
Fuck. Okay. It's like, well, my target's not here.
But you did hear what Doom said, and it seems like he hinted at the fact that he has Doctor Strange captive.
Yeah. But Doom has him.
We'll get him. Don't you worry. You're quite impressive today, Robbie.
Thanks. This isn't the first time I've highlighted something as big as this. Last time was a big celestial.
A celestial?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's quite impressive.
Holy shit.
Yeah. I thought, hey, that worked once. Maybe this will work too. And here I am.
Well done. We'll find Stephen.
Yeah.
Together.
I hope so. Oh. Well, I guess so. Seems like our goals are tied. Let me just maybe move this thing down somewhere safe so we're not just floating up in hell. Like long shot of like a time of this this castle just like floating down until just like a
we are not tied together because our missions align. We are tied together because at a moment when I needed help, you were there to give it. You are for now and forever, my friend Robbie Reyes.
well, I'm happy to call you friend, Shahrazad.
Wonderful.
Shahrazad's collecting Avengers, like let me just grab
Contact information for the phone.
Yeah. Truly.
How's Mephisto looking?
Yeah,
Worn out but conscious.
I think for one of the rare moments in her thousands of years of living, I think seeing Mephisto so like on the verge of something terrible happening, I think Hellhound just kneels down and just hugs her dad.
And he's like very confused by this like show of affection, and kind of like slowly puts his arms around you as well, and says, I know I probably haven't been the best dad, but
you're my dad.
Well, it seems like you're turning out okay. I feel like everything that I did taught you something, even if what it taught you was who not to be.
Well, who I shouldn't be is with a group of people who fucking saved your ass, so don't get yourself in anything this fucking stupid again.
Oh.
So you helping us or what?
My power is limited. Doom has taken much of it.
I think at that, I sort of just raise a hand and like still violently like shaking, convulsing a little bit with all of this.
Oh no!
I'm fine. I'm fine. And Mr. Devil, sir, Lucy.
From the Bible.
The devil?
I have I think a lot of your magic here. And I think I just like another like couple of like spouts of fire to shoot out of like my body.
All right. So as you do that, you kind of try and transfer your power back over to Mephisto, who, as he like takes it in, like takes like a deep inhale, and you begin to see him like look down at his hands and sparks fire, and he says, "Hell yeah!" And boo.
I don't boo him because he's the devil, but I think it very loudly.
And he says, "Well, let's get this show on the road." And he like steps out onto the balcony with this castle that is kind of like now kind of hovering above the ground, and he begins to like conjure a massive portal big enough to bring this castle through, and you see on the other side of this portal is the New York skyline.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
We're bringing hell to hell.
Hello, New York
Hey.
City.
Greatest city in the world.
I think, like, as that portal opens, I think I look at Scheherazade. I actually wanted to see if I could get, I don't know, a bit of a warp to Krakoa. I might try to ask for a little bit more backup on this.
Of course. Opens the portal once we go through, and we're in New York City. I can't transfer you on a different plane. Gotta wait for
Oh,
the
that's
get
fine.
through the
That's
tunnel.
fine. Giant hell castle steps into New York, and then I just go like, I gotta go real quick.
All right, so you step into Krakoa, and you notice that like the sky is starting to turn a tinge of red. And those of you looking out on the New York skyline notice the same thing. So this seems to be something that is happening everywhere. But Exploit, entering into Krakoa, who are you looking for?
I think probably Quentin Quire, as well as probably Emma. I probably am going to have to just go like and deal with Miss Frost.
All right. Yeah, so
Trouble.
you run to Frost Academy, and you can see that Quentin and Emma are both there. And they like look at you, and Emma has like this look of frustration on her face, and Quentin has this look of I can't wait to hear what kind of bullshit that this kid has gotten into this time look on his face. And his shirt this time says, "Do you ever feel like you're being cheated?" So what do you do?
I think I think despite the fact I can fly, I think I genuinely run out because it is just one of those things where like everything has happened so much and I kind of forget. That's a thing I do.
The beacons are lit. Go into a calls for aid.
Literally. Hi, Miss Frost. Hey, Quentin. So a lot's happened. We are sort of. I fought the Avengers a little bit. Tony Stark does suck. And I like kind of just gesture at Kid Omega. But also, Doom tried to steal power from Mephisto and almost got it. I took the power of Mephisto into me. Not great. Don't recommend it. So now we're riding on a big hell castle into New York, and also I was going to ask for help. Can you also get Forge on the phone? Because I do have there's a space raccoon that I might be able to get help me.
Emma takes all of that in and says, "We're way past the planning phase. We have to act." I don't know what you've seen on your side, but stuff's been happening up here too.
Like what?
Magic is gone.
Like, okay, so this is not Dare trying to undercut this. Magic the concept or Magic the person?
Magic the person.
Okay, cool. Like gone or
Doom took her.
oh no.
He's
Oh
captured
God.
several of the most powerful magic users from across space.
Yeah, he's trying to
siphoning off
rip
their
into
power.
reality. Yep. ripping into reality. I saw a little bit of that. Planets are dying, universes are dying.
The Avengers are already in New York City doing what they can to stop him. We've dispatched a team of X-Men there as well. I suggest you get there as quickly as you can to help them.
Okay. Yes, I'm on it. Still think you should call the talking raccoon in space though. And I think I head back through a gate. Um, I also I think before I run off, I go like, genuinely thank you for everything you've ever taught me. I'm sorry for all the trouble I've caused. And I think she runs and flies off into through one of the gates.
You run off, and we get a clip of Kid Omega and Emma, a frame of them like standing back, and Kid Omega looks over at Emma and goes, "You know, she's a good kid, and you're kind of an asshole sometimes." And then he walks off.
Love Kid Omega, my terrible son.
All right, and the last thing we see above New York, we see like this skyscraper that has been torn apart, and we see sparks coming off of it, and we see the unconscious body of Spider-Man and the unconscious body of Bruce Banner, and we see this skyscraper that has been ripped apart with a wrecked sign in the shape of a 4, and we see that above it is like this runic structure of like these turning wheels, and inside of the circle we see these crystalline structures encasing several people. Inside of one we see Magic, inside of one we see Icarus, inside of one we see Doctor Strange, and we see Doctor Doom hovering above it, pulling in red and blue ether magic from across the world, from across the galaxy, from across the multiverse. And we see one last caption that says, "Living on borrowed time, the clock ticks faster." And that is where we will
Hell
pick
yeah.
up for the last episode next
Sean,
week.
how fucking dare you? Sean, how
That was so
fucking
sick.
dare you? That's so good.
ICE cold.
Dang.
Yeah. So we're gonna do the little thing where where everybody talks about what you got going on in your life. We'll go ahead and start with our guest, Angie.
Yeah. Hi guys. This was really fun. My name is Angie, Agonthetic on the internet, they, them pronouns. You can find me every Sunday night, not tonight because we are down while Alec is healing from an illness. But you can find me every Sunday night at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time over on Tales Archived, playing Known Ram Salesh, our ongoing 5E campaign. Episode 76 is next week, which is crazy, and 76 plus because there's a bunch of other episodes that are not even counted. Come check us out. And then I'm working on other stuff that I can't really announce yet, but things are happening, and that's me.
Hell yeah. And Sarah.
Hi, I'm Sarah. Oops, I'll Smurf, pronouns she, her. You can find me on all the socials at Oops, I'll Smurf. I don't have anything big going on, but I'm going to Gen Con. So if you see me there, say hi. I'll probably be there Friday and Sunday. So come vibe, come hang.
Hell yeah. And Jordan.
Hey there, my name's Jordan. I use he, him pronouns. You can find me on TikTok at GM_Jordan. I have an adventure coming out probably next week that you'll be able to download for free. So that's super exciting.
Cool.
That's all I have.
All right, and Tali.
Hi, everyone. I'm Tali. Use they, them pronouns. You can find me all over the internet at that's_Barnaby. I have a bunch of stuff coming out, much like Angie, that I can't speak about, but please keep an eye on those things. And if you're going to be in Gen Con, come find me. I'll be walking around the area hanging out with the homies.
All right, and Dare.
Hello, I'm Dare, pronounced she, they, they. I am a resident trans femme disaster, so you can find me pretty much anywhere on the internet at Dare to Dream RPG. That is DARE, the number 2, DREAM RPG. Today, I will probably highlight my Bandcamp because I finally got myself a cassette player or a cassette recorder. So if people want cassette copies of my album, let me know. Either one of them, actually. And I am going to start getting those sent out as little things.
Hell yeah. And I am Sean. You can find me on all socials at HighGainSad. I've got a couple cool things besides this going on. I actually do have a little mini TTRPG that is going to be coming out soon, a little survival horror one-shot game that I'm pretty excited about, pretty excited to try. I've never actually tried it before, so we're going to actually see if it works on stream probably here in a couple weeks, but be on the lookout for that. Also, I have a band called the Aurora Sound, and we are actually, for the first time in like 3 years, putting out new music, and that'll be out on August 23rd wherever you listen to music. So if you're into sad emo boy bullshit, check that out. And other than that, please check out the link if you haven't already, tinyurl.com/arcadeforgaza, to see if you can help contribute to helping Razan and her family to safety. But other than that, we will see you for our final episode of the Marvel Multiverse game next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. Super excited about it. And yeah, this has been so much fun. I'm going to miss it, but all things must come to an end. Let's end it with a bang. See you guys next week. Take care, everybody.
Bye.